Hey everybody, I'm back. Oh geez, I sound like Schwarzenegger now. Okay, yeah, it's been a pretty busy last 6 weeks, so I've been pretty busy, so but I always look forward to doing another video, so yeah, here I am. And today I've got loads of things I want to show you, loads of things I want to tell you, which hopefully includes some little tips and tricks of the trade as well. And yeah, we'll come to all of that in a few seconds. Just very briefly before we do, let me just show you 3 little items I've just dropped onto the layout, just temporary for the moment. So just let you have a look at that there on the turntable. Just zoom in gently for you. You'll see it. Right, it's a little. It's called a Prussia, I believe that's the right spelling, P-R-U-S-S-I-A, built in America for the Russian market. I will tell you all about it properly when I do run her in a video. So we've got that one there, and then carefully over there on top of the ride, I'll pull this in a bit more for you. There, and this is another old American classic. This is a John Bull locomotive, along with its coaches. Just there, so just 3 of those. Again, I'll tell you more about that when I actually do run her in a video. And carefully coming down here, down there, look, can you see her? Look, she's absolutely lovely. Look, that's a little terrier. Look, 060 terrier. That's a Dapol one, brand new, and she's gorgeous. So again, we'll come back to that in a different video. So give me a minute and we'll get the show on the road. Alright guys, just get a load of these babies. I think in a minute you're going to be suitably impressed, as the saying goes. Here we go. Bringing through pretty cool. Come on ladies, got loads to tell you about these. And a second one. And come on girls, keep going. And a third one. Right, now you might say to yourself, why does he want 3? Well, I'll explain. Let's go around here for a minute. Let's slowly turn. Right, okay. This is Tri-ang's R54 and the tender is R32. There. Now, there was 2 series, that's not right, is it? There was 2 series of these. The first series had 3 variants and the second series only had the 1 variant. So let me explain. Right. The very first series of these, this is the second variant. The first variant, with the very first one, was done in acetate plastic, which this isn't, but the acetate plastic one didn't have a coupling on the front. The cow catcher was built into the bodywork, and it was the acetate plastic is the type which when it was in any direct sunlight would warp. So they didn't do that one very long. But then this one came out as the second variant, which has got the metal cow catcher, including the front coupling now. It had the front light, obviously lit up at the front there, and of course it had this white stripe, as you can see along there, and so did the 8-wheel bogeyed tender. Now, on the first variant the axles were solid, but on this particular one, this is the second variant, you can see through the axles, and those were specially made for this tender. So that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, like I just said, the front has got the lamp in it, but I've changed that. It's still got a lamp in it, but I've changed it, and I've changed it for an LED, which you'll see if I just do that. It's instantly on, and of course LEDs are far superior. So that's the second variant of the first series. So give me a couple of seconds and I'll tell you more. So now on to the third variant of this first series here. Right, this locomotive, the Tri-ang Transcontinental Pacific steamer, it was very popular, it did sell very well, and it had a slight fall in sales. I can't remember the exact year, I think about 62, something like that, around that figure. But because it was still quite popular, Tri-ang wanted to give it a facelift. Now what they did was nothing really, but it was so simple. What they did, they put a sticker on both sides, of course, just here, and I think it was a red with yellow writing, if I remember correctly, and they gave it a name. They called it Hiawatha, which was a great name, and it really suited the locomotive, and that did boost the sales back up a bit. Now, this is something that really cheeses me off, because you see these for sale on eBay and elsewhere, of course, and the amount of times sellers are putting them down and selling them as Hiawatha, when quite clearly they're not Hiawatha, unless they've got that proper nameplate on here, which is to say, it's only a bit of paper, you know, but it's a paper sticker. But at the end of the day, if it's original, it becomes Hiawatha. Yes, I'm sure you can put a sticker on it, but you know, the genuine ones do have that name Hiawatha on them. Now, I don't have that one, and I'm really looking out for it, because it's so hard to find. And I'll tell you why it's so hard to find, because what they did, it's really hard to explain all of this actually. They did that many different sort of versions of this under the name Hiawatha. Some had the 8-wheel tender, blah blah blah, and there were different other versions of them, and quite a few of them were called Hiawatha. But listen to this, here's a really interesting point. In the book it's listed that they did do one of these with the white stripe, the nameplate's Hiawatha, but they did it with the 8-wheel tender, an A4 Scotsman tender, which I'll show you in a minute, which is what's on those two there, but I will come back to that. But the point I'm making here is that early version with that running number TR2335 was made using an A3 tender with that same number on it, of course, obviously, and the nameplate Hiawatha. I have never seen that set. I've never seen that setup, so that is pretty much a very rare one. Okay, we'll move on to the second series right away. So here we are then on the second series. Now, as I say, there was no variants of this. It was quite simply the same body shell without the white line. This particular series were fitted with a smoke unit. They didn't have the lamp in the front because there wouldn't have been enough room to do that. Now, I actually managed to fit the LED in the front, with it being so much smaller than a bulb. I managed to fit that and retain the smoke unit, which in theory is good, but I have to admit the Tri-ang smoke unit, I don't know if Tri-ang were the first, but they certainly would have been up there at the front end of doing it, and what a novelty it was. But the problem is with them is this: you have to run the locos so fast to get the heating element hot enough for it to smoke, and the minute you slow them down to a sensible speed, the smoke stops, which is a bit of a waste of time, really. Excuse me. And the point is, if you run round at a sensible speed, and it's not smoking because it's not hot enough, then that element is still on, albeit it not being as hot as you'd like it to be. But there is a mathematical equation here, which is 12 volts times 12 volts equals whatever, divided by 28 ohms, which is what the heating element would have been, and you'll see it's around about half an amp, and that means that it's pulling half an amp off your controllers all the time when it's running at a slow speed, which is silly. And that being the case, I decided to take them out. So I've taken both the smoke units out of this one and out of the second one there. I've taken them out. I'm obviously keeping them, but of course, like I say, I've put the LED lights in. So there we go. So that's all about the second series. So let's talk about why. Well, it's got the see-through wheels with the sintered tyres on. It's got the now running number 1542. No stripe, like I said, but they've changed the tender to this one, which is still an 8-wheel tender, but it's solid. It's like I say, it's an A3, it's a Scotsman tender, same running number obviously as the loco. But why did Tri-ang do that? Because I mean, to me, I mean, look, if you look at the original tender, I mean, that looks, you know, American, Canadian, it looks continental. It's cool with these, you know, the 8-wheel bogies. And talking about bogies, by the way, if you look at this, I forgot to tell you this bit, look. If you look, you'll see there that those bogies are see-through. That bogie was specially made for this tender. It was complete machine was set up just to do that bogie, the mould and everything. So that's quite interesting. But anyway, going back to the second series, yeah, we've got the A3 tender there. Why? I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, moving on again. Okay, now there's two of these. As I said earlier, there is two, as you can see there. Now, why do I want two? Well, no, of course I don't want two. But the way it came about is, this one here, my original perfect one, absolutely mint. And then a few weeks ago, a friend of mine, whose father died some time ago, sorry to say, he was clearing the attic out and he found one of his father's trains, just the one, and it was this one. And so he gave it me. Well, I'll tell you that, I mean, you couldn't see it. It was like so dusty. It was cracked up to hell. But what I normally do, I noticed it was in mint condition, nothing broken, nothing missing. I stripped everything apart, including everything, just everything off it. So I ended up with the plastic body. Now, I'm sure most of you know you can dust off with a paintbrush, blah blah blah. But I can assure you that nothing gets them better. The paintbrush doesn't get the sort of greasiness off what holds the dust to it. But if you strip them down to plastic, there's nothing better than some lukewarm water in the sink with washing up liquid and wash them, and you get them coming out like that. I mean, look at it, it's perfect. And even the brass on the top, I removed those, cleaned and polished them. Do it in a drill with some Duraglit, it works great. So there you go, and you'll see that all three, I'm going to move around here a bit. Right, you'll see that all three of these have been washed clean, thoroughly serviced, and are absolutely bloody mint. So there you have it, all three of them. And eventually, when I get a proper genuine Hiawatha, I'll sell one of those back to one, because something just perfect, and they'll do well on eBay. Well, one of them will do well on eBay. So give me a minute, and I'll be back with some more info in a few seconds. And with just a few more bits of information for you, we'll then move on to the rolling stock. But let me just point to these three things out to you. Okay, first off, if you have one of these locomotives and you do end up doing any servicing on it, I'm going to hopefully try and get this so you can see it in the camera. Right, I get my screwdriver where I am. Right, on the moulding, there's like a join right in the middle there. Okay, it's the way it's moulded. It's got like a line through the middle, and if you do service one of these, I would highly recommend that you put a washer, as you can see there, underneath the black screw which holds the body in place, because without that washer under there, it does tend, if you're not careful, to split that moulding joint. So that's one thing I wanted to mention to you. The other thing is, if you've got one of these, the first series with the bogey tender, one thing these wobble. I mean, they just literally wobble like hell. It's ridiculous. They're horrible. They've got these horrible plastic wheels, and they're very light as well. So I've literally put a lot more weight in it. She's much heavier now, and I've also changed the wheels, as you'll hopefully all see there. Okay, to the modern ones, and I've done my usual screw and nut to stop them wobbling from side to side so much. This runs absolutely perfect now. These are mounted in proper bearings as well, which hopefully you'll see the gold bearing, well, the brass bearings in there. Okay, so that's something worth doing. Change the wheels and put some decent metal ones in. I haven't actually filled the axle boxes in. I think it actually looks alright without it, although I have filled them in on most of the other stuff that I've changed, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Right, put that back onto the loco, like so. Okay, we're back on there. Let me just pull this one carefully back, like so. Get up. I'm going to hook her on there, like so. Right, are we on? I think we're all on. Yep, we're all on. Good. Oh, one more thing to show you. Right, now, if you have this second version, you can see it's got the tired wheels, see-through wheels as well, obviously. These will run fine on your Pico System 6 track, not a problem. Both of those are fine. But if you have one of these, which has got the old side wheels, as you can see there, these are also see-through, but if you've got the ones with the solid wheels without the see-through, you've got no chance of it running on modern track. Okay, but this one, being the second variant, although it's still got the cast wheels, they are spoked right through, and believe it or not, the flanges are okay going over modern track. Now I'm going to hopefully demonstrate this to you here and now. watch this, guys. Here you go, look. Nothing. No stopping, no jerking, no nothing. Absolutely perfect. Get round here. We'll bring it to the stop. I'm going to have a whiskey, I think. So you guys, you can tell when your locos are serviced well, you know. If you can get 3 of them to run like this, tandem together, triple headed, perfect. Back in a TikTok. With just a small point here before we move on to the rolling stock, you'll notice that the wheels on this one are white walled, whereas on that one they're not, and they do come with or without, so just a small point there. Right, rolling stock. Okay then, right, move on to the first one. Okay, the Tri-ang caboose. Now, the thing is with the caboose, this one, they're so easy to find. They're always on YouTube, whatever, and the price on them is nothing. You can pick one of these up for £4, £5. They really just don't fetch a lot of money. The number is R115. Now, one thing I will point out though is that to get them in this sort of condition, you don't see very often. Complete with all the steps, you can see, and the chimney stack, of which they are often missing. Now, this particular one, the grey roof is not even dulled, whereas you can see there that one's dulled over time, but that is like brand new. And you really don't see them in that condition very often. But like I say, you can pick these up for like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 quid, no big deal. Right, moving on. Okay, next one of the Transcontinental freight is the pickle wagon. Now I do know most of the numbers, but I'm not perfect, so I've got a list below me, so I'm occasionally going to have a glance down, because I don't want to give you the wrong number and then be giving you misleading information. Right, so we've got the Transcontinental pickle car, as they call it, which is R139. So there it is, with the containers on it. Okay, very simple. Oh, you'll note that all the Transcontinental stuff's not got any buffers. They never put any buffers on them, which I think is very American anyway, not to do that. Right, we'll just move the whole train along a little bit. Oh, by the way, did forget to mention to you that, yes, started there with the caboose, because I've actually put 2 cabooses. I don't think that's right. I think it should be 2 caboose. One at the beginning of the train and one at the end. It is something you would see quite often in days gone by in the States, so it's not that unusual to see 2 on one train. Turn backwards as well, that one's travelling arse forward. Okay, so moving on then, we're now to the bulk cement wagon, which has got the trip lever here, which you trip that, there's a thing on the side of the track, we'll trip that, and that will obviously empty the contents, which we don't want to do, obviously here. I've got nothing in it anyway. Right, let me have a look. What's this one? I'll tell you in a minute. That's the cement wagon. Yeah, so looking on my list here, I can't see it very well. Where have I done now? Right, R137. Okay, so that's R137, the cement wagon. Right, next one along, this is what they call the what's the name of this? So it's a stock car. Get it right, John. The stock car, which I think is, you know, livestock, sheep, cows, whatever. The stock car, and she's R126. So that's a nice one. Yep. So move everything along again. And we're here with the refrigerator car. Right, there she is. And the refrigerator car is R129. So these are all in very, very good condition, as you can obviously see. They're all perfect. And now what I will tell you, I have changed all the wheels on them as well. As you can see, I've got all the metal wheels on. And again, this makes a 90% improvement, and that is a big improvement on the running of this old Tri-ang stuff. Okay, and moving on to the next one, what they call the long box car. So come on girls, move along. Okay, speedy service. We've got 2 of these. We've got the bluey grey one, and we've got the reddish one. So that's the long box car, and that is, where have I written it down? I've written it down somewhere, hang on. Blah 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 blah, long box car, 136. Yeah, I wasn't sure of the number of it. It's R136. There it is, 2 of those. Speedy service. Okay. Right, moving along again. Right, now this is interesting because this is the I don't think it's called the log car because I think that one is not a transcontinental, but this is a transcontinental. I think it's called a pulp wagon, and you know I haven't written it down. I can't remember the number of it. I really can't. I'll have to let you know about that one later. I'll have to go and have a look in the books. Honestly can't remember it. But yeah, I think that's called the pulp car. Right, and a bit more along again. Now we've got two here of the hoppers. There's the first one. It's sort of an orangey colour, and then we've got the darker red one there. That one's got the Tri-ang shield on it, look. And that one has got the Tri-ang writing on it, and the hopper is R111, R111, and they're both in very, very good condition, and the writing's perfect on them. Right, moving along again. As I say, all the wheels have been changed on these. Most of these have the open axles, and they are terrible, but with the new wheels on and proper brass bearings, they are absolutely mint. No wobble, no shaking, and they're much, much easier to pull. So right, we've obviously got the tank, the oil tanker, which is R117. I can't actually remember that one, and it comes in various colours. So there we've got the blue one, and there we've got a yellow one. Obviously both the same number again. Right, moving on once more. We get to here, and we've got the gondola. Now there's two different versions of it there. So that's the express railways, and then you got the more common one, which is marked as Tri-ang railways there. So yeah, that's it. Oh, I need to tell you the number of that one. Let me have a look. Where am I? Yes, it's R116. So they've both obviously got the same number, just with different decals. So R116. So I'm going to have a little break from my arms aching. I'll be back with you in a minute. Yeah, while I popped down for a whiskey there, just a quick top up on my drink. I did check in the book, and the car over there behind the signal, it is called a pulp wood car, and its number is R2354. So that's the catalogue number, R2354. The pulp wood car. Okay, back over here. Right, next up then we've got what they call the short box car there, which is same as the long one, but shorter obviously, and its number is R114. It's in good condition. It's not the best of decals on that one. It's a little bit worn off, but I haven't spotted a better one yet. One will come up, I'm not in the least bit worried. And then as a variation on that short box car, they built this. They did this one, which is the permanent weight department. What's it, TR number on it? 9372. But you guys probably know that as the track cleaning car, which is R344, which is exactly what it is, the track cleaning car. And I have two of them here. Again, all the wheels have been changed. The pad is underneath there. I pulled it up actually for the moment, but what I'm going to do, if you've seen my ultimate track cleaning car video, ultimate track cleaning video, where I'm featuring different items to get the track clean, next time I do it, I'm going to run this car as well. After the one with the pad on with fluid on it, I'm going to put a clean pad on this one, because the fluid doesn't dry up as quick as Dapple say that it does, and I'm going to have another one following this, so one's putting the fluid on and the other one's wiping it off and cleaning the track at the same time. Otherwise I tend to go around by hand and do that. Okay, right, and on to the next bit then. Okay, come on girls. Right, we've got the depressed centre car here. Now the number on it, obviously the Tri-ang Railways TR number is TR2371. Now the interesting thing about this is a transcontinental one, but underneath it actually says that R236, which is what its number is, but it also says R118, which is quite funny because R118 is like basically the English depressed centre car, which of course has buffers, and if you look carefully here you'll see there that the holes are there for the buffers. But what they did when they basically put it out as a Transcon car, they didn't put the buffers in. They gave it the R number of what I've just said. What did I just say? Where am I? I'm looking on my list again. Oh come on! Oh yeah, R236 instead of R118, and it has the TR numbers different there. But there she is. That's a depressed centre car. And then following that, we've got the Transcontinental crane. Now again, this is another one of those where they use the same depressed car as the British one with buffers, and again you'll probably see there's holes in there ready, but no buffers were fitted. And again, the running number is again a TR number, TR2, not focusing very well here, whatever it says. Let's have a look. DR312, oh no, 21312, yeah, right, the camera wasn't focusing. So yeah, that's it. And then finally on the end, like I said, we've got another caboose, but I've deliberately put this one on the end here because this one is super duper rare. It's mint. As you can see, it's blue. All the steps are on it, superb. And the chimneys there, look, superb. And this blue one was only ever made in Australia and in New Zealand, and you don't see that one very often, so that's a pretty rare one. It's also the only item on the layout today where I haven't yet changed the wheels. It's still got the old crappy plastic wheels on it, and funnily enough it is actually shaking a little bit, which hopefully you'll see in a short while. So stay with me a couple of seconds, one more thing to show you, then we'll have a going round. And I just wanted you to check this out. This is another maroon one, all complete with all its steps and its chimney. The grey roof has discoloured as they do, but other than that it's absolutely mint, and even the writing is perfect. So I've got two of these anyway, but I wanted to show you, I've kept that one out just to show you here. Right, I'm trying to do my best to get the focus in for you so you can see. Right, this is the one I've changed the wheels on it, you can see that obviously, they're the metal wheels. This is the original cast bogie with open axle boxes, and I've fitted the proper bearings in, and I'm hoping you're going to be able to see it. I'm going to do a video on how to do this, and I'm going to very briefly here show you the difference. It's bloody amazing, guys, I'm telling you. It's beyond all recognition, the difference. So I'll get her on the track there. Right, oh no, we're not on right, but we are now. No, we are now. So I'm trying to look at the camera again. Right, I've just disconnected the blue one off the end of the train for a minute because it's got the old plastic wheels. Now I'll try. It's not easy to do this with holding the camera, but watch. Okay, it's like, yeah, but you can, I'm sure you can see that. Oh, she's coupled up anyway. Right, but watch this with the new wheels on. Watch this. Oh, now I'm going stupid now. Look, pushed it off the bloody track. Sorry guys, being over cocky there. Okay, gently, just it again. The difference. Look at that, man. I mean, that is like amazing. Look, absolutely amazing. So you can see now how much difference the drag would be if all of them had still got the old plastic wheels on instead of these new metal ones. And what I will tell you is, even with every one of those done with the new metal wheels, and they're so smooth and run so well, apart from this one, like I said, I haven't done that one yet. Even at that, 3 locomotives, bearing in mind that these locos have all got the magnesium, which was Tri-ang's idea for a better grip to steel rail, but we're on nickel, so we haven't got that grip. And believe it or not, all 3 of these, they will wheel spin amazingly, even though they've got all the wagons with the new wheels in place. But we're going to try and do it properly. Yeah, a little bit of wheel spin there. So let's get them round and let's show you a few things going round now. Come on. It looks wonderful, guys. This is absolutely every one of the Transcontinental cars, and in some cases 2 of them. So, fantastic. All of those points without a problem at all. Well, I'm going to slow it down a bit. A little bit of an express at the moment, so I get the feelings right on the controls. So, come on. That's a better speed, look. Great shot that is. Leave it at that for a minute. Let me look at this now. Great shot. Yes, look at that. Those LEDs are great now as well. I'm slowly changing all locomotives and all rolling stock that's got the old-fashioned balls in. I'm slowly changing them all to LEDs. It's quite a long, tedious job, but a bit at a time, and I'll get there. Yeah, cool. That's a good speed. Good shot down the room. Come on, Philip. Yes. Great, guys. Great. I'll tell you what. If you tried triple heading three of these locomotives on a Bob standard small controller, especially if they've got smoke units fitted, you've got no chance. Your controller won't handle it. So obviously with the power supply out here and all the modifications I've made to the controllers and things, I've got no problem doing it. I've slowed them down a bit more now. Yep. Nice and steady, look. Super slow. Super slow. Oh no! Wait a minute. Look at it. Very good. Go further back. Get a long shot down the room. I love this long shot from here. The LEDs really do look good. Yep. Looking pretty cool, guys. It's a nice steady speed, look. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get over here, slow her down a bit more. Get around. Tell you what I'll do. I'll get the locos round to the front. Hang on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Get them all there in the shot like that. Give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to see what these LEDs look like with the lights out. Hang on a minute. Well, it looks like it's going to look good. Let's have a go. Come on. Let's have it. Let's have it. There we go. Oh yeah, I think these are going to look pretty cool coming around here, guys. Oh yeah, they're nice and bright. Wow. Oh yeah, get chuffed with that. Brilliant. Let's get up and have a look. Get back over here. Oh, they look great. They're really bright. Yeah, superb. Get them coming around on the wall. Oh, look at that. Oh, they're looking at that. Superb. Oh yeah, fantastic. Alright guys, well I think that's about it. Let's get them to the front for you. Tell you what, let's finish the video off in the dark. Never done that before. Well, let's get the three of them round here into the dark. Got one stuck then. Alright, let's get them here. There you go guys. Well, like I said, the full Tri-ang 100% Transcontinental steam freight train set. Hope you enjoyed it. More videos when I can, guys. Bye.